guys, welcome back to another episode of the Whisky Diaries. My name is Malt and we're here at Death and Taxes. Today we're going to be talking about the Dalmore portwood. Now, the legend of the Dalmore started in the 1263 when the Mackenzie clan saved the king at the time from a 12-point stag charge. Because the king was so grateful, he decided to give them some land and also allow them to have the royal stag 12-point as the emblem, basically the clan symbol. The distillery itself was established in 1863 by a gentleman called Alexander Matheson, and then after that, after 28 years of running the distillery, he sold the distillery to the Mackenzie brothers. The Mackenzie brothers, obviously being part of the clan, they brought with them the 12-point stag symbol with them as part of the logo for the whiskey. Also, the history of itself is actually quite colorful. Now, the distillery itself as well has a quite colorful history. In 1917, the Navy actually established a mine factory next to them. In 1920s, there was a mine accident, and one of the mine exploded, actually setting the whole distillery on fire and destroying half of the distillery. Now, the Mackenzie brothers were basically sued the Navy for about a decade until they got the money from the government back just to be able to rebuild the distillery. The distillery itself has some very particular stills that produces a very unique whiskey. The stills are actually quite big, 13,000 liters, but they have a flat top as well. And also they have like a cooling, water cooling around the neck, that this produces more reflux as well. They're also producing, the four stills are actually all different in sizes, and they all produce different type of ABV whiskies, which they then all get battered before they go into a cask. They also have a very good relationship with all different sherries producers around Spain, and most of the whiskies, the core range, they can age 50% or 60% on American oak, and then after that they get put in sherry, the Oloroso or dry sherry, or depends on what they want to end up. But most of the times it's Oloroso sherry. Now, this one in particular just got released in 2018. It's 50% portwood and 50% American oak. They don't say it's a basically non-age statement like the cigar malt. They don't say how long they put the whiskey, but judging by the color and everything, it will be definitely over 12 years old. The beauty thing about this whiskey in particular as well is that the ABV is actually 46.5%, which is a lot higher than the core range itself and most of the whiskies that they have in the range. I do not know why they decided to go with this particular ABV, but I always believe, if you've seen any of our videos, that at 46, anything over 46 is actually really, really good to carry flavors. And I personally think that 46 is that excellent, like really good port, where like you don't get so much alcohol that you basically numb everything, but you get enough that carries a lot of the aromas from the new make and from the whiskey itself. Now, expecting from the American oak and the portwood, there's going to be a lot of spiciness coming from the portwood, and then a lot of the vanilla and toffee that you get from basically everything else, from the American oak, sorry. That's a beautiful nose. Yep, it's very actually, you could definitely smell the portwood in this. A lot of raisins. Yeah, kind of like spicy dried apricots. That's sort of the aromas that you actually usually get. Yeah, that is delicious whiskey. You can see on the pictures here that like the color is actually quite ruby, like most of the Dalmores as well, which is, yeah, it's one of my favorite things. It's such a beautiful looking whiskey. So that is. This whiskey goes for $150 online if you can find it. I would definitely try and get a sample of them, because I don't think they'll keep doing this. It's a special release. And hopefully you enjoy the video. We'll see you next time, and slanjaba.